Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. Okay, so today we are going to discuss on 12.2, which is the nervous system. Okay, before that, I would like to make a quick review on 12.1 that we have learned in the previous lesson. Okay, 12, I have introduced you with quite a few terms that we are going to use in this topic. Okay, in 12.1 we have discussed about the terms that are stimulus, response, effector, receptor, the brain, as well as the coordination. Okay, coordination is referring to the process whereby the stimulus is detected until the response is made. Okay, coordination ni coordination summarize everything that we have learned about the terms. Okay, coordination merujuk kepada proses di mana badan mengesan stimulus ataupun perubahan sehinggalah badan kita melakukan respon ataupun tindak balas terhadap perubahan yang berlaku. Okay, and this coordination process is controlled by two main system in our body that are nervous system and endocrine system. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to learn, as I mentioned earlier, 12.2 until 12.5 is all about the nervous system. Okay, the nervous system, to be specific, the human nervous system is made up of network of nerve cells or neurons. Okay, you have learned during your form 2. Okay, system is made up of organ is made up of tissue, and tissue is made up of cell. So cell is the basic unit for the organism or the system. So the nervous system is made up of basic unit, which is the cell, called nerve cells, or nerve cell is also known as neurons. Okay, by referring to the pictures on the right on top, okay, that is the example of one of the neurons found in our body. Okay, below the structure of the neurons, it is the diagram showing that the network of nerve cell or neurons. The meaning of network of nerve cell is that the nerve cell is connected to one another. Okay, so nervous system is made up of nerve cell, but it is not made up of only one nerve cell. Okay, it is made up of so many nerve cell that is connected to one another. Okay, sistem saraf manusia ni, basic dia terbina daripada sel saraf ataupun neuron. Dan sel saraf yang membentuk sistem ni bukannya satu, dia ada banyak-banyak dan bersambung. So banyak-banyak dan bersambung tu maksud network of nerve cell or neurons. Okay, the nervous system is divided into two main subsystem. Okay, that is central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. By the name itself, central, meaning that it is the center of your body. So by referring to the diagram, the one in the center of our body is represented by the pink color. Okay, and the peripheral nervous system is represented by the blue color. Okay, the central nervous system include the brain, which is located at the center of our body, and connected to the brain is the spinal cord. Spinal cord is tulang belakang. While the peripheral nervous system consists of 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Okay, cranial nerves is referring to the nerve in the brain. Okay, cranial nerve ni ialah saraf pada otak. Okay, saraf pada otak, tengkorak, dalam tengkorak. And peripheral nervous system consists of 31 pairs of spinal nerves. Nama pun spinal. Spinal cord tulang belakang. So spinal nerve is the nerve branch out from the spinal cord. So spinal nerve ni ialah saraf yang bercabang daripada tulang belakang. Okay, the cranial nerve send nerve impulse from and to the brain. So nama pun cranial nerve. So saraf yang berada di otak. So saraf ni sama ada dia menerima impuls ataupun dia menghantar impuls keluar daripada brain. Okay, spinal nerve and send nerve impulse from and to the spinal cord. Samalah. So spinal nerve ni sama ada menerima impuls ataupun dia hantar impuls keluar daripada tulang belakang. Okay, this summarize the human nervous system, in which the human nervous system can be divided into two. The first one is central nervous system. The second one is peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system is made up of brain and spinal cord, while peripheral nervous system is made up of spinal nerve and cranial nerve. Easy. Okay, let's dissect further on the central nervous system first. To be specific, the structure of the brain. Okay, the most important organ in our body. Okay, the brain is the coordination and control center for humans. Okay, brain, that is why it is the center and it is located on top of our bodies, because it controls everything that we did. Okay, the main components. Okay, the brain it can be further divided into 5 components, meaning that the brain is made up of 5 components, which are cerebrum, hypothalamus, cerebellum, medulla oblongata, and pituitary gland. Okay, let's look at cerebrum first. Okay, cerebrum. Okay, this is cerebrum, the one in the blue color. Okay, as you can see, it is the largest part of the brain. Since it is the largest part of the brain, cerebrum is the most complex structure present in the frontal part of the brain. Since it is the complex structure, so it carries out complex tasks as well. Okay, frontal part of the brain mean frontal, bahagian hadapan. Okay, how to memorize this? Cerebrum are largest. Cerebrum largest. Okay, this is how I memorize. Cerebrum is the largest part. Okay, the surface is folded to increase the surface area. As you can see here as well, the surface is folded. Okay, this structure shows that. Okay, it is folded. Nampak tak dia berlipat ni? Okay, the folded structure of cerebrum is to increase the surface area. 1 point. Why it is to increase the surface area of the cerebrum? To hold more nerves. Meaning that the larger the surface area here, the more the nerves it can hold. Okay, it is the center. Why it requires a lot of nerves? Because it is the center that controls a lot of activities such as emotions, hearing, sight, personality, and control actions. What else? It also control, if you Google the information about cerebrum, it also control judgment, thinking, speech, reasoning, problem solving, learning, memorizing. So all those complex activities is controlled in the cerebrum. Okay, the cerebrum receive information and stimulus from the receptor. Remember, information is also known as impulse. So impulse or information is received in the cerebrum, whereby the cerebrum would analyze for an appropriate response. Okay, still cerebrum, the information is analyzed, integrated and correlated to produce sensory processing. Okay, dah explain tadi. The response is determined and instructions are given to the effectors. So impulse or information sent to the cerebrum. So arrow here meaning that the impulse or information is sent to the cerebrum. So cerebrum analyze, integrated, make decision and whatsoever, okay, about the information just now. And then the cerebrum determine and instruct, and instructions are given to the effectors. So when the cerebrum decide what response should be made, then cerebrum would send impulse or information to the effector. So this effector would carry out response. Effector is an organ or gland. So impulse that goes into the cerebellum and the impulse that is coming out from the cerebrum is different. Okay, walaupun dua-dua dia sebut impulse, Sebenarnya impuls masuk ke cerebrum ialah impuls memberitahu apa perubahan yang berlaku. Impuls yang keluar daripada cerebrum ni, impuls yang memberitahu apa yang perlu dilakukan. Okay. The cerebrum is also responsible for higher mental abilities such as learning, memorizing, linguistic skill and mathematics skill. Okay, ni pun dah tercakap dah tadi. Okay, the second part or the second component that make up the brain, the human brain, the one that is located below the cerebrum is a cerebellum. Okay, the one in green color. Okay, cerebellum maintains, the function of cerebellum is to maintain the body balance. Okay, how to memorize the function is, I would memorize balance L, cerebellum L, cerebellum balance. Okay, the second function, coordination of muscle contraction for body movement, meaning that cerebellum control the contraction and relaxation of the muscle, and the contraction and relaxation of the muscle enable the movement. Okay, kan bila nak bagi respon, muscle kena, bila nak bagi respon, yang akan bagi respon tu adalah organ. Contohnya organ tu adalah tangan. So tangan tu nak gerak, muscle dia yang kena contract dan relax. So yang controlnya adalah cerebellum. Okay, the third components that make up the human brain is the hypothalamus. Okay, hypothalamus the function of hypothalamus is coordinating homeostasis. We haven't learned about homeostasis yet. Oh, I think you have learned in science. Yes, you have learned homeostasis during your Form 1. Yeah. Homeostasis is referring to a process whereby the body control the internal environment. Homeostasis adalah satu proses di mana badan kita mengawal persekitaran di dalam badan kita. The example of internal environment or persekitaran dalam badan are body temperature, water balance, body blood pressure, sense of hunger, thirst and fatigue. Okay, semua tu berlaku dalam badan. Homeostasis is the process of controlling that in which in order to make them to ensure that they are at the normal range. Okay, hypothalamus. Okay, hypothalamus is as important as cerebrum. Dia pun sama penting dengan cerebrum. Okay, sebab dia control homeostasis. For example, body temperature. Let's say your body temperature increase from 37 to 40. Okay, kalau suhu badan meningkat dari 37 ke 40, and let's say homeostasis does not occur, homeostasis tak berlaku, mekanisme pembetulan untuk betulkan suhu tu kepada suhu yang normal tak berlaku, so your body temperature may increase higher and even higher. So bila suhu badan meningkat, enzim dalam badan musnah dan sebagainya, metabolism kita pun tak efisien dan sebagainya. So mungkin boleh merosakkan organ-organ dalam badan kita. Kalau budak-budak yang demam panas boleh sampai dapat ya Allah, brain damage kalau tak salah, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so it is very important that hypothalamus coordinating or control homeostasis. In other words, hypothalamus control internal environment in our body. So this is the location of hypothalamus. Okay, this is cerebrum. Okay, this is cerebellum, and this is hypothalamus. Okay, the hypothalamus connect the nerve system to the endocrine system through the pituitary gland. Okay, this is the second system involved in coordination, as I mentioned earlier, and we are going to discuss this in 12.6. Okay, note that when I said endocrine system, it is closely related to gland, meaning that endocrine system is made up of gland. Okay, endocrine system, endocrine mesti terbina daripada gland. So ayat pertama dia cakap apa ni? The hypothalamus connect the nervous system to the endocrine gland through the pituitary gland. Okay. Saya bagi tahu tadi, coordination dalam badan kita apa yang dilakukan oleh dua sistem, nervous system dengan sistem endocrine. So pituitary gland ni dia menghubungkan nervous system dengan endocrine system. Itulah maksud ayat pertama. Okay, the hypothalamus control the secretion of a few types of pituitary gland hormones. Okay, I'm not sure whether I have explained this before or not. Okay, the difference between the organ and gland. Organ is an organ, but not organ is a gland. Okay, when I say organ, it is referring to your external and internal organ. Example of external organ is your ears, nose, hand, legs, eyes, and so on. Okay, example of internal organ is your heart, your kidney, your lungs, and whatsoever. Okay, that is organ. Gland is a special organ which secrete hormones. Okay, when I say gland, it is 200% closely related to hormone because gland secrete hormone. Okay, example. Example is your ovary. Ovary is an organ, but since ovary secrete estrogen hormone, okay, ovary is a gland. Okay, your ears, it does not secrete hormone, so it is an organ, but it is not a gland. Okay. Okay, the fourth component that make up the brain. Okay, when I say gland make up the endocrine system. But now we are discussing about nervous system. Okay, pituitary gland is actually under endocrine system. But pituitary gland is located in the brain, which is brain make up the nervous system. That is why we discuss pituitary gland in this subtopic. Okay, pituitary gland is located very close to the hypothalamus. So this is the hypothalamus. So this is the pituitary gland. Okay, when we zoom out the structure, this is the structure of pituitary gland. It has two lobes. Okay, dia ada dua bulat tu. Okay, located at the base of the hypothalamus. Yes, dia dekat bawah berdekatan dengan hypothalamus. Okay, the main gland in the endocrine system. Okay, pituitary gland is the main gland. Dia adalah kelenjar yang paling utama. Why? Because this gland secrete hormone that control the secretion of hormones by other endocrine gland. Sudah apa maksud dia? Okay, let's say pituitary gland secrete hormone A. Hormone A stimulate other gland to secrete hormone B, C, D, E, F, G and so on. And the hormone B, C, D, E, F, G, H and so on is used in various situations. So badan kita memerlukan hormon B, C, D, E, F, G, H tadi untuk situasi berbeza. Tapi nak dapatkan hormon B sampai H tadi, hormon A yang dihasilkan oleh kelenjar pituitary tadi mesti pertama sekali dirembeskan. A itu mesti dulu dirembes sebab A yang stimulate ataupun A yang mengarahkan kelenjar lain menghasilkan hormon B sampai H tadi. So dia mastermind lah, dia yang mengarahkan gland-gland lain untuk menghasilkan hormon B sampai H. So kalau tak ada dia, tak adalah B sampai H tu. Sebab itu dia dipanggil main gland in endocrine system. Okay, next is medulla oblongata. Okay, this is medulla oblongata. It is located at the anterior of the cerebellum. Anterior di depan. So yang ni cerebellum, dia duduk kat depan sini. Okay, control. The function of medulla oblongata is to control involuntary action. Tindakan di luar kawal. Maksudnya kita tak boleh kawal dia. Kita tengok contoh dia. The example of involuntary actions are heartbeat, breathing, food digestion, vasoconstriction, blood pressure, peristalsis, vomiting, coughing, sneezing and swallowing. Contoh paling senang sneezing lah, nak bersin. Boleh control tak? Oh, saya tak nak bersin. Okay, cannot. Okay, so the action that we are unable to control it is called involuntary action. Kalau action yang kita boleh control, kita panggil voluntary action. Tak ada IN kat depan tu. Okay, so done with the first part of the central nervous system.